section of Kenyans believe President William Ruto has started early campaigns instead of focusing on the main job, which is to serve Kenyans and delivering for the better good and the larger good of Kenyans at large. How true could that be? So that particular subject is what we're going to discuss today on Siasa Brigade, your go-to point on matters, politics and governance, hosted by yours truly, Richard Mwenjo. Always a pleasure to have you on board. With me to unpack this conversation is Kenya's most sought-after political analyst, the first of his name, Herman Manyora.
How are you?
How are you, sir?
Oh, good.
You're good?
Extremely good.
People are calling you out. You are demeaning the office of the Prime Cabinet Secretary and that of the Deputy President.
Why?
That they are.
Do I look like a person of that nature?
The other time when there was a power outage at JKA, you said it's high time the president sends them to launch and commission projects standby generators.
I was just saying, since we have become a country of launching, and this is very serious. We have been told the generators are there, but they have not been commissioned. So I say, if commissioning means launching, and the president was busy somewhere, they could send Gachagua and
a DP to launch a generator.
But the president has been launching things. They can also launch things.
That minute?
My friend, we have launched smaller things than generators. Please, let's not go there. You know, it's you who wants to now to put him in trouble.
No. Speaking of which, this gentleman, the president, has been traversing the country. You wake up in the morning, he's launching and commissioning a project.
Yes.
Clearly, he doesn't even have time to sleep.
Yes.
And when you look at this president, that is William Ruto, would you say that his other name, his second name is development, working for the people for development every morning?
It depends on how you define development. I don't seem to define development by way of the things he's doing. That's not development to me.
His diary full of...
Yeah, but that is his idea of what development is, not mine.
What is your idea then?
And it doesn't have to be mine.
Do you feel his endeavor, that channel that he's using will bring out much more output than yours could?
How does it bring how does launching bring out development? That's politics, and it is good for him because you want to look for votes in the next election. But my advice, my work is to advise these people for free because they have refused to value me and pay me. Is that Kenyans don't care about development.
Infrastructure, left, light and center.
If Kenyans cared about development, my friend, who would have faulted Uhuru? At all, nobody. Because he did so much in terms of development. MPs have been thrown out of parliament during re-elections bid because people don't give a hoot about what you did for them. So whichever way you look at it, I don't see the president gaining anything. No.
Would you then recommend that maybe it's high time he slows, he reverses his gear when it comes to launching projects?
I've said as much. Come back to Nairobi and work.
Let the MPs do that job and MCS.
Yeah.
Are you somewhat signaling that maybe the president is trying to take credit for every little...
Remember, people forget very fast. I think in the 1980s or thereabouts, we were all agreed that what is dragging us back is something we call bureaucracy and red tape. What does red tape mean?
Educate us.
Exactly what the president is doing now. Red tape to cut opening things.
Yeah.
Instead of working, you are busy cutting the tape or opening things.
But Moi was big on that.
Where did it take us? Bureaucracy and red tape. The red tape means you cannot cross here, only so and so can cross.
It's not sustainable.
The red tape also means we are continuously, every day we are opening projects. Why do you think what do you think holds the public service from delivering? Top on the list is endless meetings. In fact, the public service has improved. I look at the university and I laugh. Every time you look for somebody in a meeting, every time they are in a meeting. Endless meetings is an admission of failure to make decisions. Nobody can make a decision. So you are in meeting after meeting. And this is what is dragging us back as a country. And therefore we must fold our shirts, pull up our socks, and work for this country. You do not work through showmanship. If your intention is to do things for people to see, you cannot work. Work silently. Let results
speak volumes.
Speak for. You don't need to go move from county to county. Just work from Nairobi. People will see.
Right now, people of Viga are smiling. The
They are
president
not
was there.
smiling, they are laughing actually.
They are laughing.
I'm telling you, that's the truth.
Roads being commissioned.
They are laughing. What are you doing? They
CT
can't
scan
understand.
machines.
The people cannot understand. CT scan machine, but that's my count. Those things were there. They have been there for like 3, 4, 5 years. The CT scan machines have been there. I was a member of a committee there. We were trying to put up a place where you can put for the last 5 years. So there's nothing you are launching. That thing has been there. Under this least equipment program. That thing has been there for more than 5 years. So what are you launching something that has been sitting there for more than 5 years? Those I'm saying, even people in the county are just wondering, what are we doing?
You mean the president could stoop that low?
But I'm not saying he's stooping low. You are the one who is saying.
He's reading from an old political
book. We are trying to do a mortuary to collapse. We did again. Somebody died there. There you are. What are we talking about? People must tell the president the truth. He should stop those things.
People are not calling
those like me who love this country and love the president and want him to succeed and to come out looking good and presidential. We will tell him. I mean, they can take us the way they want to take us, but at the end of the day, we mean well more than those who are around him. And the clapping and the yelling and, you know, and trying to please the president. I saw my governor speaking, I almost collapsed. He's almost collapsing, praising the president. I said, well, this is an educated man, an international scholar.
You can't say
governor
that about Otichilo. Come on.
No, you don't need to do that. The president needs people to work with him, shoulder to shoulder, hold hands, and work together to lift this country from poverty. The president does not need sycophants to sing his praises. He doesn't need. If I'm the president and you do that, I'll just stand up and tell you, shut up. Don't embarrass yourself. Catch in if you have nothing to say. Magoha used to be like that. You know, Magoha,
yeah.
Catch in where? If I'm the president, you begin singing my praise like that, the way I saw my governor doing, I'll just say, catch in, Buana. You're embarrassing yourself and the people of Vihiga.
You're just trying to work with the president for the better good of the country.
No, you don't do that. You will sit down with the president and say, this is a small country, Bana President. The government has assisted us so far. We have done well here. We need to move in this direction. We want some assistance from you. What do you think? Then when you stand, you say, the people of Vihiga, we are grateful to have this guest in the person of the President of the Republic of Kenya. We have whispered certain words to him. Ana alikuwa ameamuka vizuri. Amekubali our young fledgling university Kaimosi, which has just been given a charter. Amekubali to relocate the other people within the compound. The Quakers, the college. Ametoa 1 billion shillings. We'll allocate those people so that this college of Aska, that way, you know, but now to try and even glorify small, come on.
People have gone to status to look for
those people
carrots.
here, the president, are making it very difficult for serious people to try and work with the president.
So those
because if I wanted to work with the president, I'm not that I'm not working with him. People would want, if I were to cross and work with the president, to say some of those things people are saying. I cannot say that.
You cannot say that?
I cannot say that. Because it will not be coming from me. How can I say things and at night I can't even live with myself? If I watch on TV what I was saying and my demeanor, switch TV like Utoroka. No, you don't have to be sycophantic to support somebody. Give the president serious support. And the president needs our support, all of us.
You call the king when he's naked?
Yes, no, you know, even you don't need to say it in public. No, I'm saying your zipper yako rudisha juu. How hawawezi?
Mtukufu rais.
Hey, mzee hapo iko shida. Yeah, you know, and you help the president. You consult him. He consults you. You give good advice to the president. And you look serious in what you are doing. No, you don't cheapen yourself to be seen to be supporting somebody. I don't think we don't need that.
Moving on swiftly, now that a section of Kenyans believe that the president is politicking and not really delivering, what do you say then, your honest opinion, that you somewhat consider President William Ruto and this Deputy Rigathi Gachagua were not really fully woken to the idea of how just to govern a country once they got into power?
I think they are learning.
How fast are they catching up with that?
They are a little slow, but they will catch up.
They'll catch up, eventually.
Eventually. The reality will dawn on them. The reality.
The reality will dawn on them.
But They are moving, they are learning. It's not a small job. Being president of a country, even a poor one like Kenya, small one, is not a joke.
But then again, what they have called, what they have actually requested from the public is to be extended the grace of time. It is now 1 year into office. Just how much time do they need for, at least for us now to look at their scorecard? Maybe 2-3 years?
Well, they have asked for another 1 or 2 years.
They say 2 years and then you will see the fruits.
Let's give them and see. Although I know one thing, I know siku njema huonekana asubuhi.
Si kesho.
Na dalili ya mvua ni
mawingu.
And many of the people who have made changes to their country, brought changes, they just became prime minister or president and they cut like a wildebeest. You know those wildebeest when they are doing migration. Mama anazaa na mtoto anamjoin kwa hiyo safari.
Hit the ground running.
Yes. Kama kanga. Kifaranga ya kanga anaanguliwa na anakimbia. So people who have brought changes to their countries, rarely, Kibaki just came and he landed with the free education. He didn't say, oh, we shall calculate, we shall do what, tutaangalia. No.
Tumepanga.
He just landed on free education, free primary education.
Ruto just landed and the next day we had Hustler Fund.
Which one? Please.
Come on, you cannot dismiss that noble initiative.
Let's end this show, please. You are joking.
Have you seen the uptake of the fund?
Kibaki just landed and there was CDF. And he did the economic council with Anyang' Nyong'o.
Surely, Prof. Yeah, you can't be dismissing every new endeavor.
Ruto just landed and there was digitalization of the government services.
All right, Ruto landed and there was?
I've not seen much, but we are praying for them. They are working hard. They are good people.
Next time we'll have Cherargei on this bench.
The beauty with Ruto, and which I want him to use, he's energetic, he has the energy, he has the drive, he's smart, he's intelligent, and to some extent he looks honest to me. And well-meaning, yeah. If he were to stop trying to please, Ruto can go very far. He should stop this idea of trying to please.
Populism.
Populism. I will advise the president, and I've said it repeatedly, you have no challenge in 27. Don't focus on 2027. Nobody will challenge you for that seat. Forget about 2027. Let people be. Let them fight for their local seats. Do the work for the people of Kenya that you promised. And you'll win 2027 President William Ruto in a landslide.
Landslide win.
It will be a landslide win. Ruto has no challenge in 2027. So all this running around and lighting fires, and I don't understand. Kuja Nairobi, fanyia watu wa Kenya kazi ile uliwaahidi. Tembelea Vihiga once in a while. Because if you do what the president is doing now, he's in Vihiga like for a week. He was in Mount Kenya like for a week. By the time you go around the country, hata watu watakuwa wamekuchoka. Hadithi tulijifunza, tulisoma katika darasa la pili, la tatu, la nne. Mgeni siku ya kwanza muandalie sijui nini. Yeah, siku ya pili, siku ya tatu mpe jembe aende shamba. Because you bore people. Excess. They see you until they're wondering, where can this man go? We have stopped everything because of him. Don't overstay your welcome if you are a guest. Go when people are still missing you. Amekaa huko kwetu mpaka watu wananiuliza iko shida gani hapa?
Ile chakula inaletwa unasema umeshiba. Unaambiwa kula tu.
Kula tu. So, but the president is a good man.
It's a good man.
I have no doubt in my mind whatsoever.
As we conclude the show.
Let me finish. I have no doubt in my mind whatsoever that if William Ruto set out to serve the people of Kenya, and if he decided to pay little attention to 2027 and completely abandon populism,
completely,
he'll be a wonderful and great president. His legacy will be guaranteed.
With or without Gachagua in 2027?
No, it doesn't matter. He will just win, and there will be a legacy for him. But first, do what you promised the people of Kenya. Don't wait for claps. Don't look for the camera when you are doing the things. Stop populism. Don't focus on 2027.
Roadside declarations?
Forget about that. Ruto has the making of a great president.
Very well.
Yeah.
There you have it. Do not overstay your welcome. But one thing before you forget, one of the netizens just said, a friend of mine keeps saying that by the time Ruto is done with our economy, Moi will look like a saint. Are they really reducing the strides Ruto has made to that
No,
time?
they are saying that the president is working in the reverse gear. The things he's doing are destructive, and they will injure the economy. And those who thought Moi had destroyed our economy
24 years of
will
rule.
be wishing Moi was around. That's what that person is saying. I may not agree with him, but there are certain obvious signs that the president is hurting the economy, like excessive taxes. That hurts the economy. You don't want to remove money from people because you need people to have money to spend. That's how you grow the economy. Now, people, instead of having money to spend, you are taking it. If they had the money they will spend, they will grow the economy. We will have the saving culture, and investment will flow from that. You are the economist.
Sure.
You see? But if you overtaxed people, you give them less money to spend. You harass investors. Because imagine changing a payroll, somebody's payroll, by 1.5%.
Huge difference.
Because if you've been paying people 10 shillings, you're being asked now add on that 150, 1 shilling and 50 cents. So there are people with payrolls that run into hundreds of millions times 1.5 extra. That is enough to convince an investor to leave this country.
Go to Rwanda.
And indeed, many of them are leaving this country. So in that context, you can see, yes, it could be hurting the economy.
Well, there you have it from Herman Manyora, dispensing nuggets of wisdom on how better Ruto can govern this country for the better good of citizens and also to protect his presidency and make a landmark legacy once he exits office. Thank you so much for tuning in to Siasa Brigade. Remember to join other shows that are on the channel. That is with Evans Okinyi, Jadiel Kabiro, and Mundia Gitau. We never take your support for granted. Until next time, God bless.